ball rolling there. But Seb has a very, very tough game ahead of him, especially because the laning stage is very, very difficult. And I think SumaiL, once again, even though he's playing the safe lane TA, eventually is going to move and look to take any stacks or any recovery farm that Seb is looking to make for himself. If the lane breaks down the way I think it will. I don't know. You asked me last time. Now I'll ask you. You've got one draft here that you're preferring.
I think I'm slightly preferring the...
Interesting.
Prepare for battle.
I think I like the liquid. I think their tempo actually suits them a lot this game. They have this time push that also can take objectives like Roshan, so a bit more duality in that sense.
Alright.
I actually think they scale decently. I'm a fan of the Slardar as the game goes into late game, and OG doesn't have as reliable carry as CK this time. You have much more reliable stun with Lion and Slardar and Lesh. Kind of like Liquid's more, I think. I think Liquid can...
Okay. I don't know. To me, I think like we have the answer to the TA, but I feel like last game we quote unquote also had the answer to the SumaiL casino night, right? It was with the Razor. Steal his damage, shot off the fight like that, but it just turned into SumaiL absolutely running him over time and time again. And my concern is that this game ends up becoming a lot similar to last game. It's definitely not as free as a puck game as before, so I think Topson would do well initially not to be as aggressive until they really get into that groove and can be afforded the luxury, the space, the time to really be going for these tier 3 tower dives. But I still could see this game kind of progressing to a similar state, mostly because, again, I think the safe lane is just really that good here for OG.
Yeah, I don't really love these lanes. In my opinion, what I would have loved to see here was actually be a dual lane made of Io Slardar. Go against the puck, destroy the puck. Razor go against the TA. Doesn't really matter because you have Phoenix, whatever, you don't care about that. And let Lesh with the Lion go bottom. Hell, you can even let Lesh solo because he's bottom, and the creeps will meet near his tower, and instead run the Slardar run the Razor with the Lion, and then completely crush top lane, sacrifice bot. I don't think this Razor puck matchup is that great for Boykva. We'll see. I mean, Topson doesn't seem to care about his damage being stolen for now.
So a lot of his damage gone, but he still has the CS under tower. No problems. No problems, boss. You're gonna need more level than that. Soxa in a bit of a struggle top lane though. No longer has Icarus dive because he's maxed Fire Spirits instead, and using the Slither and Crush as well as that line stun that will be able to set up for a kill in the lane.
The one thing that this lane of Slardar versus TA honestly seems quite strong with an IO on top of it. I feel like Phoenix can do a bit here, because reducing attack speed obviously very big against a Slardar. But early on, just punish SumaiL for his low range anyway. Until you grab like Dragon Lance or anything, you're at their mercy. I can't imagine Illidan losing his lane by too much either, because Lesh is just a strong laner in general. And anyway, Lesh is strong once he hits level 6, so you can just push Centaur off, even with Hood, just kick him out of the lane.
I was kind of expecting, to be honest with you, the clockwork to lane top. For them. It's dangerous, and again, I was kind of expecting the clock to take a couple of deaths here, and I guess Soxa's got a little bit of counterplay with Icarus dive, but thought for sure that would be kind of the preferred method. Usually, Battery Assault is a decent way at handling Boxy, or sorry, just any Slardar generally in the laning stage, but I suppose you could look to achieve the same with the Fire Spirits as they kill Insania down bottom. Soxa will be safe and sound.
I like Clock bot more because not only is Clock great at punishing a Lion, but also Phoenix does nothing against Lesh.
Okay, that's a good point.
There's no use there. Whereas Clock against Slardar is fine, but against IO it's not that great as long as you save Tether to get out of the cogs, right? So I do like the laning stage that OG is thinking about. As long as this mid lane goes their way, it seems like Boykva was doing a pretty good job though with his... He's actually even maxing the plasma field. So this build allows you to, even if the lane doesn't go completely your way, still recover in the mid game. In addition to also deal a fair amount of damage. And it's impossible to avoid both hits of plasma field with a phase shift.
Yeah, at least at the early levels of phase shift, and no one maxes phase shift early on. You can take the value points in it. So yeah, that's a good point. All right, you've won me over. You're right. Phoenix has literally nothing to the left, so I suppose that's going to be at least Notel able to get a little bit of harass in here onto Insania, perhaps stop him from skipping waves or pulling camps. SumaiL in this top lane. Leshrac kind of taking a lot of the harassment, a lot of the abuse. He's doing A-okay, 15-1. I'd say the only thing that catches my eye right now is the fact that Koikva is sitting on 5 denies here versus the puck. Does really just seemingly progressing through this lane quite comfortably here. Fortifying the wave here just to be able to get Thompson a bit further away. A lot of damage here that Thompson's going to have to eat, doesn't? Oh, he does have illusory, or pardon me.
Does play quite aggressive for being a laning against a Razor. Not respecting that study field enough. In fact, SumaiL might die in the top lane. Foxy, last hit, the bash. Sox had no spirits, couldn't boost the attack speed, so that's going to be a freebie on the TA. We said that top lane, Slardar is going to have a really easy time, especially with the healing of Taiga.
Yeah, I severely underestimated the attack range that TAs are started with these days. For some reason, I've got her at maxing side blades and already picking up that the Dragon Lance. But of course, you got to farm your way towards that. Hard to do that now after you've been bashed to death, and I don't think they're going to be looking to let up the pressure here. This lane does become easier for SumaiL with levels.
Yeah, so one of the difficulties you have is, Foxy. Is he going in again thanks to the overcharge? But no, he thinks twice. Once he gets hit by the spirits, he doesn't want to go any further. The difficulty TAs have is that because this lane is so much longer, when you're up against a melee core in the mid lane, sometimes TAs will go.
Seth might be dead. I think he is to the right clicks. Down he goes.
I was actually expecting him to retreat after that.
That was just stuns connecting, just kind of chain stun beautifully there. Lightning Storm and everything utilized for the kill. They got SumaiL here without getting the refraction charge up, but he at least melds away the next hit. Moxie just way too fast here. He's not even tethered up. Does leave Taiga in a bit of an awkward spot, but this lane, without a stun, only with a slow, not really in a great position to punish that one.
But to the point, it was that if you're up against a melee core, sometimes you can just max the meld or even put a couple points in meld, punish them. You can't do that against Slardar. You can't use the side blades effectively. Middle lane, by the way, Koikva. Even the creeps are helping him out. He wants to get the kill before he dies. He will accomplish that, but Koikva will fall to Thompson. Close though. Almost got that second kill as well.
Yeah, it was a lot closer than I think they were expecting. Still a worthwhile rotation from Soxa. The only unfortunate part is he did end up TPing mid to refill the bottle of Thompson after his death. So he's going to have to now walk back to one of these lanes. At least being a clockwork, you know, you start off with the boot, so it won't take him too long, but it will leave Seb potentially in a bit of a precarious situation here versus the double stun lane with plenty of magic damage to burst through him, and physical now with the Edict.
And once he hits at level 6, Seb needs to have that hood to be able to sustain that, otherwise your tower might even fall. The only good thing here is that it's the tier 1 tower bottom, so it's not as valuable. So Leshrac taking that as whatever. He might even just rotate top. They swap lanes. Slardar can deal with Centaur fine as well. I'm wondering what the main carry is going to be. I don't know if that's going to be the Lesh or they're going to play around the Slardar more like they did in the Insania game.
It's a good point, actually. I think this could be pretty ridiculous. The only concern I have with the Slardar being the main core, especially with a Wisp to buff him up, is Slardar, very much like a Tiny, is going to be... you know, oh, hold on. Thompson's actually actively rotating here. We'll cover this with the Haste Rune. He's going to look bottom for a kill onto Illidan, who's going to be caught off guard. Seb as well with the Hooded Defiance is easily going to be able to tank through this. They just need to get eyes on Illidan. Nice Hex coming through from Insania. There's the TP from Taiga looking to heal him back up now. Illidan's still alive as Seb with a double edge. Still not enough damage. Taiga keeps him alive and has a healing salve. So the gank down bottom from Thompson will fail. He used the Haste Rune for this and TP'd on over, so he's going to have to walk back over to mid. Luckily, of course, Razor is unable to get too much tower damage in the meantime. And it looks like he's going to head back bottom.
Like, punishing the Centaur there is huge. Now, what will happen, though? Thompson joins the fray as well. Taiga just trying to... I don't know if he's stacking...
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Or that's just nothing. Okay. For a ride. Won't see no-till just yet. They have a puck here. Thompson with a Dream Coil. Illidan should be... killable target.
Oh, there's no coil.
No-till at the cogs, though. There's the Pulse Nova. It's crushing no-till. He hasn't even sealed it, and he's gonna get a kill for free? Okay. I guess, you know, there's your food delivery.
There it is, and actually, Koikva has rotated on over from the mid lane. They will be able to snap the static link. He's going to continue chasing. SumaiL is here, though. Bomb Sack Dimensions eager to defend them. Out comes the Stampede, because SumaiL doesn't really want to be here anymore, not with at least Illidan nearby. There's going to be the coil now just off cooldown as they're going to look to try and focus down Illidan. Koika keeps him at bay with the max plasma field. Seb slowly meandering on over. Doesn't have any brown boots, only the Hood of Defiance. And I think that's starting to really show why boots are genuinely generally picked up, as Seb is able to effectively chase them away much further than the high ground there. But I think that's a good question. Kind of going back to the question you posed before Topson rotated away is, who are they playing around for the most part? Will it be this Leshrac? Will it be the Slardar? The issue I was going to bring up is, unlike Tiny IO of the olden days, oh, Razor, yeah, could be Razor. I think it's probably Razor.
He's never considered that option before, huh?
I didn't know.
I just died for free. Yep. Poikva, honestly, is the second time they just deliver food for liquid.
Radiant's bottom tower.
This time Saksa was walking by, Poikva was taking stacks, and because you've also rotated him top, I mean, Tia had to leave, because if she stays there against the Slardar, she dies. But if she goes against Slesh, she dies. If she goes against Razor, she dies. It's tough. She's just gonna have to go for the jungle. Seb, activating that Hood, not gonna help against that Diabolic Edict, so he just chase him down. Goodbye. Illidan's having a blast right now.
He is. 8-2, I would say all of Liquid are kind of having a blast right now. Poikva is rotated up top lane here after the free kill on the Phoenix, who will now take you back underneath the tier 1 tower. The attempt to defend it is going to be mildly successful. Liquid, yeah, and Illidan using that Edict now level 4 to get this tier 1 tower down. They are losing the tower in the mid lane, but not at a very high pace, so that seems to concern them. It's actually, they're going to TP 2 heroes, Topson. He actually threw the Elusive Orb aggressively. Fortunately, though, there's no immediate catch available for Topson, so they won't be able to punish that.
Yeah, but you're fine. I mean, you're just pushing out the lanes after all. You already took a couple of kills. I think it's time for you to try to take an objective at this point with Illidan. But since you've already crushed that bottom lane so easily, you're quite happy with how things are going now. Maybe you wait for Null Scepter on Razor first. Roxy himself seems to be rushing. I guess, yes, he is. Stampede mid. But Poikva is not a target you can kill. In fact, SumaiL might be in trouble. There's a relocate coming here. And they know the relocate. Illidan wanted to just send out Topson. They broke the coils there. Everyone got stunned. But it's actually Topson who's in trouble. Last Elusive Orb will get him away. Finger of Death will finish off No Till in the backline. SumaiL is being chased down. Poikva's plasma field. Roxy, he's in the water. He's too fast. Run, SumaiL. But the bash will cancel him. OG will lose 2 after trying to initiate the Stampede.
Maybe more. Oh, luckily Seb just bides his time in the tree. He'll be able to just walk past the danger. Saksa was pushing the top wave, I should say, is going to be able to Icarus dive away from Boxy. So at least he's able to get a little bit of tower damage and enforce rotation back. Potentially save the tower in mid lane. There's a hook shot as well off from No Tail, but immediately does not want to go any further. We don't really have any ultimates to play with here around for OG, or even a hard carry still alive, so just a hook shot to, you know, put the fear of God into Poikva, I suppose. Just warming up for later. Look how far up they're playing this bottom lane.
Yeah, it's a tower. I mean, the Lesh has been uncontested, so at this point, it's not really a matter of who's the win condition. You're just running Tricore perfectly. And by the fact that Boxy is going for Nagnums, it is clearly a Tricore. This is... It's difficult to deal with, honestly, if you're OG right now. You need to slow down the pace of the game, but Liquid, they're masters of this. They love playing the lanes hard. It's like the European Quincy.
I think this Boxy first item, that's funny, I see. This Boxy first item Magnum Scepter is going to do wonders for them potentially here. Hook shot onto the Wisp. They've actually committed the coil as well here for him. Not snapping it, but doesn't have a chance to get away kill, eventually going on over to Topson. First item axe is going to be really nice to have, basically, for the Slardar. Allow him to fight even better inside his little puddle, giving him additional move speed. Might just be able to outmaneuver the TA, quite frankly, as there's Seb just having to stampede away to make sure he doesn't die to solo to Illidan.
Under attack. Dire's top
Okay, they
tower
took a tower
has
up top
fallen.
though, so Liquid increasing their space in the map even further. They can get some nice objectives. We already have our first ore items like Fuel Scepter on Koikva. And you fight around the Ags on the Slardar. I've never seen an Ags this early, not gonna lie, in a Slardar. I mean, quite the rush. We're gonna have it minute 13, honestly.
Ooh, Illidan was a little bit scared of Seb, and I think Taiga's like, no, I got you. Get in there. But no, a little bit of reason to be afraid as that ward is going to scout SumaiL on Thompson. So OG actually, we're all meandering their way down bottom. Illidan might be in a bit of a rough spot. We've got Relocate ready to go with Illidan with a Yule Scepter, setting up for the kill onto Seb. No Stampede for another minute. Oh, nice fortifying of the creep wave, though, is going to prevent the Edict explosions from doing too much damage. Illidan juking them out quite a bit as there's the Relocate out. They've silenced the Wisp, though, and now with the Supernova on top, Taiga going to have no choice but just to look at the sun and die. Thompson with the kill there as they now look back for the one onto Illidan. We'll be able to secure that kills for free. In the meantime, they will lose the mid-tier 1 tower, however. Still Liquid making good use of the space.
Yeah, not the ideal situation, but acceptable. Moxie, okay, going in. He has Axe. He's now the carry. But he got slowed considerably by those spirits. Moxie needs the attack speed if he wants to kill anything. He did, however, push out 3 heroes from the bottom lane and reclaim this land for Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, this Axe is... I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Slardar. He used to kind of be, like, first pick, first banned material quite a while ago, but still with this current iteration of the Aghanim Scepter. The status resist and the armor early on is huge because it's just a flat bonus. It doesn't scale with anything. So right now, it's pretty ridiculous as far as to what stats this Axe gives you. 10 bonus armor immediately, 30 HP regen, and a 40% status resist immediately at like 14 minutes in. Like, he doesn't care about any of these guys right now.
Let's see. Status resist particularly is the strongest part because you can just fight an area and how are they even gonna perma-stun you? And Foxy's like, we're Radiant, we have Slardar, that means Roshan. But first we need a kill. Phoenix is gonna be that option, Slithering Crush, and I think Saksa,
Oh, he dives away. Oh,
that Icarus dive, just ever so short. And now you can go for the Roshan.
Unfortunately, I don't think it saves him regardless. I mean, there's no blink on Boxy with Taiga giving him that tether move speed buff. He is just so fast. If we got eyes on this Hirosh, it might have to be just a sacrificial play out from No Tail. Try and snipe the Aegis and at least, you know, buy his team a little bit more time, but part of me looks like they won't be able to give him that luxury even, and they won't give him that honor. Searching after for the kill. SumaiL with the trap, at least slowing them down. SumaiL, by the way, with a Blink Dagger and Dragon Lance. Max into the Desolator, so he's going for the full trio of items here.
SumaiL's near Illidan here. Nice heals to avoid the melt, but he could still be in trouble. Hook shot on. He's stuck. Illidan will die first. They're gonna kill Boxy. Oh, now with a reload. They save him from the Supernova. Drink Coil still catches him. Boxy just wants to get away. Boxy has to break the Dream Coil. It locks Taiga though into the backlines. Boxy's still trying to fight, but it's so difficult to get in against OG. That's some strong 5-on-5 fight. Taiga didn't fight back for this. Going for Seb. Difficult target to kill. Razor might just get a taunt, close him in. And it's gonna be Koikva finishing him off there. As Thompson trying to walk away, they do see him, but it's a little bit difficult to get him. Still a win for OG, honestly, even if they lose the Centaur there. Force it to the battle goes.
It's a big win. Well, it's definitely a big win. I can't believe that they managed to make a play like that. Liquid with a good save, and I have to commend Insania. Even though he does die, he gets a crucial hacks immediately off onto Thompson. The team fight looks so bad for them there if he's able to actually get that coil off just a couple of seconds earlier, because Taiga was still in the channel, or sorry, in the cast animation of Relocate. And had they canceled that, they would have lost Boxy 100%. And then they've got absolutely nothing to fight with. Notice that was a little bit early here, unfortunately, on the way way in. Illidan's melting him with the stun ray. It's too much damage. Down goes No Tail. He's going to buy back immediately. Thompson's hitting with the Hex, and now the Finger of Death will finish him off. Septo is able to snatch up the Aegis and even the kill onto Illidan, and he'll lose it immediately as Liquid look to claim the second life. Wrongfully taken from them, they feel anyway. Plenty of damage now onto Seb, but SumaiL starting to pump in some damage of his own. Is able to get a kill onto Insania before he blinks out of the river. You're going to chase after more with a static link now onto No Tail. No spells available now. Yule's Scepter, he's got absolutely no recourse here. He will end up dropping. Sonore out from Saksa just to keep them at bay, but without Supernova, he's going to be forced to Icarus dive away. Great play here. It's just the sequence of events absolutely wild from OG. That's going to be a dieback and a buyback here. It's still not done quick, but almost dying to SumaiL. Should be able to escape though. Link on cooldown for another 10 seconds.
Saksa wants to continue his aggression. They have Supernova yet again, so could try to do the same thing they did earlier at the choke point. Instead, they find a lonely Ayo. That's going to be a dieback forced by Thompson. Well done.
Up. So that's 2 diebacks in that fight for both position 5s here. And of course, Seb neutralizing the first Roshan here. I mean, he dies so fast, but he just knows they need to get rid of this Aegis. They can't let that fall into the hands of Liquid, not at this crucial stage. If they get that Aegis, SumaiL can't finish up his... he can't, in confidence at least, finish up the Desolator and get a BKB, because there's just going to be too many enemies coming their way. I mean, OG, they definitely recognize how strong that first Aegis. Although it's not as good as second Roche for sure in terms of what it gives you, it just would have given too much map control to Liquid.
Now OG still has they have his chance to stabilize here with these few kills, get SumaiL the farm that he's requiring, and close in on that. I want to say Desolator that he's built up.
Yep, it's Deso. He could change it, of course, if he feels the need to. He's only got 1 Mithril Hammer, and of course the Blightstone is a good farming item for him anyway. But I figure because he's already being a bit quote-unquote greedy by going for all 3 items, like, I think he should just finish him off. I think if they lose Roshan there and we have Aegis on Liquid, I think it's straight into the BKB for him, but I think he can afford to do this.
Radiant's
Yeah, I agree. I think that team fight gave you the chance to do this, but Liquid doesn't want to give any more chances. They have the blink on Slardar. Go for Saksa first. At least get rid of that Supernova. Nice little crush. Prevents the Icarus dive. A kill on Saksa matters here, because that means no Supernova. A lot of liberty going into more fights. Thompson does get a 2-man Dream Coil. And he goes for Illidan first. Taiga in the tree, still has the mech heal with the tether. Illidan gets immediately healed by the mech. Doesn't really matter. Look at that, they run down Illidan. Thompson gets a valuable kill here on Illidan. Resets this, but Liquid still looking to fight. They hold the Taiga. But nearby, they have a haste hex to SumaiL first. Taiga joins Boxy, a true hit. Mid-slithering crush, it doesn't matter. They kill off SumaiL. Thompson in trouble as well as Boxy reveals him. Thanks to that growth pays. Thompson, where are you gonna go? Boxy just wants the stun. Plasma Fuel might just catch him. He is being seen right now. He has to TP quickly. Quick as the Yosef will cancel that TP. And Quick will get close and personal to see him die.
I'm still kind of surprised how well Liquid fought around here, considering the warding and the vision that OG have committed for this area. They had amazing information about what was about to go down, and I think just the aggression that OG generally has here, paired with the fact that they want to make sure Liquid aren't too confident in these kinds of maneuvers, means that they still end up getting a couple of really worthwhile kills. They do end up losing Illidan yet again, Master Tier Illidan on the Leshrac, of course, but I think it's just still not worth it. SumaiL is not going to go into the BKB, but the Desolator has been completed at this stage. So he is going to be still just as vulnerable here to the burst damage that Liquid are able to throw at him until he's able to get that weapon off. Then it does become a lot easier. Lesh is still a big problem for him, though. These Edict explosions, of course, going through BKB. So if he can get some one-on-one time with SumaiL and not just die to him instantly, he's going to be able to get those refraction charges with BKB or not.
Slardar bashes will also be a problem as this goes further. With the overcharge, you already have enough attack speed, which allows Boxy to go for more supplemental items like a Blink Dagger or a BKB. Then you can go into the AC, which also stops the ace damage to a large degree, but more importantly, gives you the extra attack speed to almost perma-basher. At that point is when RG's going to struggle. I did mention, I think Liquid has a much more solid late game this time around, just because of the Slardar pickup.
I'm surprised Illidan shouldn't try to go for like the cheeky Yule Scepter play to break the Dream Coil, you know, at the leash. But he was probably realizing he's dead anyway, just buying enough time for the boys to come in and get a couple of counter kills.
Dire's top tower
Fortify is forced out. My goodness, even the attack speed from Illidan not to be sneezed at. Now bottom though, actually Insania will TP in. They've caught Thompson here. Stampede, that is a fast fish. That's going to allow Thompson here to escape. Illidan thought about going for more, though. Now it's going to be an OG's time to turn. The Yule Scepter, though, is going to manage to dodge at least Dream Coil. Supernova, though, on top. Boxy trying to get rid of it because it's inside the cogs, but he can't quite get the job done. Illidan's dead. Taiga, and now Boxy is to fall. As SumaiL joining the fight from the jungle. Continuing to follow up the BKB is now going to have a nice goal injection here after joining the tail end of that fight.
That Supernova is the bane of Liquid's existence. Either the whole team is there or they just cannot break it. They don't have a designated Supernova hitter. It's really just a bunch of range cheers that can all attack it somewhat. So you have to be a bit careful of taking these fights. Yeah, skirmishes are good for the lineup that you have, but OG's taking advantage of that idea. Surprising you with Supernova or Stampedes to reset fights however they like them. Now OG with a decent lead. SumaiL looking strong again, closing in on that BKB. That's gonna be a nice point of inflection for them. That plus the Aghanim Scepter here on top.
I want to point out another item I think is quite unique out from N0tail. Normally on position 4 Clockwork, you're just kind of forced to rush the Aghanim Scepter because of that overclock and how much lockdown, especially through BKB, it provides for you and the rest of your team. But N0tail is going for a different option, of course, on the position 5 clock. It's not your standard medallion. He's actually going for the Orchid. So he wants to be able to land these silences. Yeah, so it's still quite a ways away, but he's committed to it early. Nice double stun from an Insania. Boxy immediately here on top of Thompson. They've got the kill with the Finger of Death. N0tail now in a terrible spot. Cogs are not going to save him from the magic damage of Illidan. Where OG have previously won a fight, they will now be punished for sticking around just a little bit too long. At least it's not SumaiL, though. It's not going to be the carry taking a dive. SumaiL, by the way, just finishing off the BKB, about to be delivered.
Fascinated by this Orchid. I don't see like a super huge Orchid that you like really need to silence. Maybe Lesh, but you still got the full Nova going. I guess you stop the constant slithering crushes.
Could be for the Lion.
Yeah, it could be for the Lion IO to prevent relocate saves. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Stuck by Lesh. They're gonna first them down back. Never mind, Illidan survived the split earth.
The stun, no. Wait, they reload him out.
They saved him. They reloaded him out. Illidan.
Dire's middle tower is
gonna continue that follow-up. And now Illidan will just die to SumaiL's attacks. That relocate.
And Taiga.
Both of them at the same time. It was hard to say if they could have gotten the kill regardless of staying there, right? But I don't think the relocate helped too much.
SumaiL had BKB at the end of the day, and I don't think, even though, of course, TA only with a max HP of 2,000 at this stage, I don't think they get that kill. But it certainly, at least, is not going to be the biggest, you know, injection of confidence here for the boys after they unfortunately take a death like that. Yeah, you can't cancel relocate.
That feels a bit bad. The IO Lesh combo is not working as they expected because Lesh is just very burstable by the TA. That's why I thought the Desolator was a good pickup.
It was a great counter initiation from Boxy, though. Like a perfect Slytherin crush. Immediately going for then the TA, just looking to keep her controlled and locked down. But yeah, just unfortunately, as soon as you hit that relocate button, if enemies don't cancel it for you, you're going on that trip whether you like it or not. Unlike, you know, something similar like an Underlord ultimate, for example, which you can choose to cancel. Something that I believe Liquid have done previously. But maybe I think I'm the wrong game. But yeah, you can't cancel the reload. So unfortunate play from the boys of Liquid. But no matter, they're going to continue chin ups and looking for better fights from here on out. But SumaiL is starting to be a little bit of a problem now.
Oh, but you can't cancel disable it.
Onto a reload?
It's just now you don't cancel the reload.
Radiant's
The whole
bottom
lock it, by the way,
tower
for
is
the
under
IO. I've seen this
attack.
build before. Actually, Liquid ran this before. I actually remember this on the major, in the major game. It was, we're running, I think it was it IO Gyre or something? Oh no, sorry, it was
Radiant's
Nigma ran
bottom
this. Holy
tower
lock it
is under
back,
attack.
and you just heal your carry completely. Literally, any carry gets healed completely. This comp was kind of
top
absurd. The
tower
holy
is
lock
under
and mech on
attack.
IO. Because it heals twice, right? Because you get the extra
Yep.
healing on yourself with the mech, and then that extra healing even gets boosted yet
Radiant's
again
bottom tower is under attack.
on your partner when it gets
Dire's
healed by the
top
tether.
tower is under
It's
attack.
pretty absurd. And they even get healed by the one single mech thing. It's absurd.
Yeah, it's a lot of healing, and all of this, of course, is amped. Well, the
Dire's
healing
top
that you do
tower
to
has
yourself
fallen.
is amped by not only the tether, but also the holy locket, and so is the initial mech burst. It's
Well, that's what
reflected
I meant,
onto them. Yeah.
Radiant's
As I said,
bottom tower
it's
is under
amped
attack.
twice. And then, of course, the mech onto them is also amped. There's Ags on the puck now. This was a turning point last game
Radiant's
because the enemy
middle
team
tower
didn't
is under
realize this
attack.
in time. And there's a BKB on Razor, so it could be a turning point here for Koikva. Thompson's timing is always on point though. Ags right as the mech spike comes out. Sorry, Ags right as the BKB spike comes out is very important. Koikva, okay, he's in the right position. Doesn't seem to matter for Seb, which just goes in. Can he press him in time?
Great hook shot.
Try to heal him, but he's been silenced. They want to kill the idol first, and they'll accomplish it. Goodbye to Taiga. As Insania is also bursting down. Supernova in the middle of this. How are you going to save yourself? There is no reload gate, so Boxy will fall. At least Illidan had the Bloodstone to survive a bit longer. Seb went ham, then stunned Taiga second time. That's a time back for Taiga. And SumaiL
Already.
still wants Illidan's life. Good Yul sent it to avoid the meld damage. In fact, SumaiL could be in trouble now.
SumaiL.
He's been stunned. Goodbye
Yeah.
to SumaiL. His team couldn't follow up. They weren't fast enough. And now it's Liquid on the prowl for more kills. But OG will TP in time. Thompson
No.
might not be as
Seb
fast.
is caught.
He's still looking for the kill on Illidan. They have got Seb, but Illidan dies in the mid lane. Seb has to run away. Won't do so successfully. Another loss for
Insania?
OG.
Going on to
Insania
puck
hoping
here.
to turn this into a kill on Thompson. Saksa still nearby.
here.
Boxy has the girl's haze, hoping to kill Saksa. Waiting for that blink dagger, but they hit him with a spirit. Saksa just giving him some time. Noza comes in with those hook
SumaiL's
shot
gonna buy
and the
back.
cogs. Boxy's stuck in the middle of this. Insania's going to die to Thompson. Boxy has been slowed. He can't get through the cogs. He's too fat.
ball
He's
back.
out of the water. They can hurt him harder. And now Boxy will fall. That's a dieback Razor. Also in trouble as Thompson. The man has not died, and he wants more. Koikva doesn't have a haste room, but the team behind Thompson and a drink coil available yet again. Where are you gonna run to, Koikva? He's just going to fly up in the air, comes down with broken bones. OG will finish off Liquid multiple times here.
Yeah, they got quite a few diebacks there. One dieback on Taiga so quick you couldn't even see it. That does actually get the death onto SumaiL though, because during that fight, Insania was just landing all of these stuff. I think he landed a two-man Earth Spike, which is the reason that SumaiL is able to blow up the Wisp as fast as he did, but immediately after is punished for that. Buys back in the fight. Of course, he's going to claim this H, so it looks like they also give him the Aghanim Shard as well, so he's going to be able to silence on the TA traps here for a minimum of 1.5 seconds. Nice to have here for the team, and yeah, a great fight from OG. Lots of buybacks expended here, but most importantly, Boxy taking a dieback here is so punishing. Insania made the call to cross the river to look for more, and I think that's what ended up kind of costing them just a little bit too much.
I agree, but also I have to say that the inability to kill Thompson because of the lack of stuns once the line got destroyed was a big deal. You know, Insania going in and thinking, yes, we can still kill Thompson. That greed, it was punished by the fact that it was only him that could really realistically stop Thompson. Once that was done, Thompson was free to go and do whatever he wanted. And the fact that he survived that long is criminal, honestly, on this puck. He got 2 dream calls off. That's how long the team fight was for him.
Oh, he played it so well, though. I mean, a big reason Boxy couldn't blink. Boxy dodged all of the fire spirits, actually. That wasn't what was canceling his blink dagger. It was actually
it was the Witchblade?
It was the Witchblade, yeah, up from Thompson.
Thank you for...
Yeah, no, I mean, because he dodged him. Boxy was like, if I can blink, you're freaking dead, Soxa. But he just couldn't. Thompson, they just kited him out perfectly. I think SumaiL in the midst of it decides, hey, we can buy back off this, and No Tail with 2 phenomenal hook shots. The reason they win this first fight in the triangle is because he lands a 3-man hook shot. From there, the fight just kind of falls into the hands of OG. And then the Liquid extend it with their own buybacks, but then go a little bit too far. So OG just in a phenomenal position here as they approach high ground.
Yeah, now it's looking very good for them. Liquid, like I said, they're not too bad in the late game, but they were hoping to come in here with a snowball or this tricolor lineup.
Radiant's middle tower.
The Razor seems to be their win condition with Leshrac and Slardar close behind. But because Thompson has skilled so well as a puck, you know, it's not a sole 4-protect 1 around the TA. Instead, Thompson already being a relevant carry into this late game as well. She's in trouble. She did buy back earlier. They can't lose SumaiL here. He does have an Aegis. Relocate?
Yeah.
Was that to save Boxy?
Yeah, it was just preemptive. They were just expecting a little bit more. What was I going to go on about? Did Thompson build a BKB last game, by the way, on the puck?
Radiant's middle tower is
do
under
you
attack.
recall? So. Okay, because he's not building one either this game, going for the Lincoln Sphere instead. And honestly, I can't blame him. I mean, I don't blame him at all.
I mean, Lincoln gets rid of the Corals of Haze, right? Which is actually a way to Haze out.
Yep.
Radiant
that's not a bad one. Blocks as well.
Or the Hex.
Static Link, a Hex from a Lion. Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's Hex and Corrosive Haze. Corrosive Haze to chase you and Hex to stop.
Sox is going to catch up to him. There's the Dream Coil to immediately cancel the TP out from Boxy. Thompson here is to be able to very easily get this kill here. Sox with the Sun Ray laying down those rays. Oh, melt Boxy. That's a death here without a buyback here for the off lane question mark. Have we kind of decided where? I mean, he's itemized like an off laner would, I would say.
blessings.
Illidan is just looking to maximize his farm, then hoping that maybe the Eternal Shroud is going to be the item that allows him to get back into this game with the Bloodstone, as well as a Wisp, who's just, you know, casually going to be healing him with Mechanism at the very least. It's maybe promising. Oh, I didn't see Seb. Seb down the low ground he goes. Blink Dagger is going to miss the stomp, unfortunately. Stampede here to slow him to a crawl as Soxa now is going to Icarus dive on in. They will activate that Bloodstone healing, and there's a reload out. Okay.
But Io's going to come back. I mean, he has a Ghost Scepter. He might be able to survive this if they tether appropriately. And they can cause the tether away, though. The Ghost Scepter first use.
The silence.
Yeah, that's why you bought the Orchid after all.
Radiant's top tower.
I think they did double silence, did they? Yeah, they did. That was mostly from. Would have also been there because of SumaiL's trap as well, right? So, but hey, might as well double silence them.
Sure, why not? Don't murder the tower here, SumaiL. Just biding his time. Because if Boxy initiates, of course, he is the initiator, but he's also somewhat your carry, somewhat your damage source. Lesh can't be that person any longer. That means that they have... Like, they struggle sometimes to be able to get these pickups as the enemy team is running away, because they don't have anyone to just go in ham and sacrifice themselves for that. As we saw in the last team fight, actually, Insane had to fulfill that role to a degree.
Yeah. Now the chase can be a little bit better, especially if Boxy can't get the blink in. You just really left without a paddle at that stage. SumaiL finally getting the attack to connect uphill, and will be able to dispatch of that tier 3 tower. So no other towers for them to push that are outside of the base. So just looking to keep Liquid locked in and choke them here. Boxy in a position here, actually timing it perfectly with the Aegis expiring, but SumaiL will blink out. And now No Tail will be left behind with the cogs, hookshotting forward to make sure there's no chance for Liquid to proceed any further with that attack.
Double damage.
Getting rid of the clockwork is important, as we've seen. You talked about the hook shots
What
last
is
fight.
SCA
But OG is
smoke,
going for the SEA smoke, yeah. We lose one, we kill one of yours to even it out. Let's see Quigva, the target first, the Hex on the Thompson. But there is SumaiL to protect him. They kill the line. Very important. That's your main source of catch. OG can chase after them with the Stampede. They're going for Quigva. SumaiL just fighting Boxy head on. There's a supernova. The high they can't get through it. Timing and Boxy will both fall. The supernova will end up stunning both the remaining cores. Leshrac down for the count. Quigva will join him in the grave. Even the Static Link doing nothing there. Everyone is down for Liquid. OG will just get another great team fight. And they can proceed to go to the high ground, this time for real.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially the game here. Liquid, of course, on the brink of elimination, are not going to call out. They're going to hope for the miracle, but that's basically what they need at this stage. OG, they're going to go through the formalities of hitting tier 3s, but they could just end the game right now, should they please. Fantastic sequence of events for OG. They honestly weren't expecting it. I think that was Lesh. Illidan had no idea what was coming his way. Insania as well, I don't think was expecting the rest of OG to be prepared to fight behind him. But they pick up the DD rune and immediately make good use of it. In they go immediately. TA Ags and Scepter, by the way, on the way for SumaiL. As the first of two tier 4 towers will crumble. Quigva's going to buy back, and Sania next on the stun of the Centaur. Jukes as well. The no-tail hook shot tops in. Blink on in along with Seb. They almost get the kill, and in fact they've got him. It's going to be now no line for 45 seconds. As the throne already under attack. OG refusing to go out here in the first round, but Quigva looking to at least make them work for it. Pops the BKB, sapping the damage up from SumaiL, but not fast enough. SumaiL into the melt. He will go with the bash and the hit onto Razor. He will end up going down. Now starting a mad fight here versus Boxy with another crush, though. Actually getting SumaiL quite low. SumaiL is about to drop, and down he goes, dead for 2 minutes. Illidan doing, or sorry, yeah, that's Illidan doing as much damage as he can here in a large AoE. Is going to be able to force them back. No-tail hit by the bash now, courtesy of Boxy. The top looking to try and punish him. The hook shot as well will find Taiga. Illidan completely out of mana now, can't do much. Using the last bits of mana, trying to get this kill onto No-tail. As now Seb is still looking to try and lock down Illidan and Taiga, getting the kill there with the double edge, but they've managed to land the finger, and now the Hex onto Thompson. Supernova stun is going to come out though onto Illidan, forced to use the Yule Scepter, but the GGs have been dropped. OG will prevail, moving on to the next round of the lower brackets.
OG played a